Hello and welcome to another Friday reading vlog. I've just realised how much crap I've got up here. I really need to sort that out, don't I? Welcome to another Friday reading vlog. It's a busy one today, guys. David was laughing yesterday because I was saying I've got so much to do tomorrow. Whenever I say I've got so much to do, it's always things like get up, have a shower, brush my hair, and I list like all of the smaller things. But that is not actually the case today. Today I actually do have a lot to do. So it's 8:45. At 9:30, I'm recording an episode of one of my favourite bookish podcasts, the Bookcast Club. So I'm very much looking forward to doing that, and we're doing that at 9:30. So I need to have breakfast, have a shower, get ready for that. Then after that, I've got to go to the library. I've got to post. I sold those DMs, those Doc Martens. I've got to post those today. I've got to go and pick up my prescription. I've got to pay the council tax. I've got to go and get something for me and Emma to eat tonight. David's out on a boys' night tonight. Do you want to just turn your head just so people know you're not a disembodied head? Yeah, he's not a disembodied head. I
feel like it.
And all while this is going on, do a little bit of reading. So the morning's going to be fast, but I'm going to go and have a bowl of cereal now, eat that in bed, and have a cup of tea. Do you want a cup of tea, David?
Yes, please.
And then leap in the shower, get out the shower, and get ready to record this episode of the Bookcast Club podcast. So I'm excited. So come along with me for the day. It's also a miserable day out there. Emma and I were going to go for a walk tonight, David, but I don't think we'll be doing that.
Definitely not.
It's so rainy. We live sort of near a primary school, and quite often people park their cars near where we live to walk their kids into school. And I've just seen so many.
I think you'll be right. It's stopping raining this morning.
Oh, okay.
And then it's going to be sunny from 5.
Oh, good. So
you might get a walk. Might get a walking
sunny
boy.
from 5. Because I'm still desperate. Well, I say I'm desperate, but I'm doing nothing about it. To do my walking challenge, I'm supposed to be doing 10,000 steps a day. But I've promised myself I'll do 10,000 steps a day for today, tomorrow, and Sunday. So, need to. Anyway, let's go and get the breakfast. Let's go and make a cup of tea. And I'll see you when I'm dressed and ready to record the podcast. I've got to pick out some cookbooks as well to discuss. Looking forward to it, really am. Really am. She's locked and loaded and ready to go. I've got a pile of 5 cookbooks here. Well, there's 6 cookbooks, 5 of my favourites, one that I'm looking forward to. And then they always start the podcast by talking about what they've just read and what they're going to read. Oh, I don't have what I've just read. I'm sure I'll remember. So yeah, I'm excited about it, and I'm going to go in now and do it. Got myself a cup of tea, got myself a cup of water. Let's record podcasting. Get started. One more plus one projection one that I haven't cooked from yet, but I'm excited about. So 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, so I've got East by Mira Sodha, which is also, this is vegetarian and vegan recipes from Bangalore to Beijing. Oh, that was great fun. I really enjoyed it. It was really lovely to film with Sarah and to record with Sarah, and I had a great time. So yeah, and I think I'll be going back on at some point as well. Stretch. Oh, so it's out on Friday. So the episode, they're churning it out pretty quickly. So the episode will be out on Friday. So make sure you tune in. I'll link everything down below for the podcast. It's called the Bookcast Club, and it's a great podcast. But I suppose we better actually get on with the Friday reading vlog now. So I'm going to go and pick my books, and then I'll meet you on the sofa. Let's pick the books. So, currently reading Pod by Leyline Paul. We'll take that over. Also currently reading, David and I are in the middle of filming a reading vlog on Alperton Angels, the mysterious case of the Alperton Angels. So we're halfway through, but we haven't filmed it. David's been away working. Anyway, I can talk about that when we get over there, so that's going over as well. Then we'll need a poem for every spring day, obviously. I'm also bringing over A Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett. We need the ultimate reading challenge, and we need the questions. Where are the questions? Oh no, where are they? Where are they? Phew, she's found them. So let's take this stuff over. I cannot believe how cold it is today. It was really cold yesterday as well. I went to my mum and dad's house and they had their heating on because they're flush and their fire on. But today, no heating around here, just a blanket, but I might put my hot water bottle on a bit later. Right, so let's have a little look. So we've got some chatting to do because, as I said, we've got quite a few books on the go at the moment and I'm going to start a new one today. So, my niece does that all the time. I'm currently reading with David, let's start with this, The Mysterious Case of the Alperton Angels. David and I are doing a reading vlog of this. We were hoping to have this read over Easter weekend. It didn't happen. And then David's been away working for 2 nights this week and only got back very, very late last night and went straight to bed. He's out tonight, so we won't read any more then. But we need to complete this. So I don't know if any of this reading will be happening today, but just to let you know, there will be a reading vlog about The Mysterious Case of the Alperton Angels. Now, as I said, we thought we were going to finish this in a weekend, and we didn't. And that might tell you, it's not that we're not enjoying it, but it's definitely not, we haven't been as gripped as we both were by the appeal. But we need to get back into it. And we also, it's been very fun reading it and then discussing it with one another, but we need to get back into it and find out where, because I mean, I can't remember anything just sitting here. I mean, it's been like 5 days since I picked it up. So whether or not we'll read any of that today, who knows? Now, I'm also reading Pod by Layla and Paul, which is on the Women's Prize for Fiction long list. I'm a very, very short way into this. I'm 28 pages. But I'm not enjoying it. And it's for partly some of the reasons that I suspected I wouldn't enjoy it. When I read The Bees, I found the bees in there very, like, the anthropomorphization of those bees led me wanting more personality from those bees, and I feel a little bit like that with the dolphin ear in here and the whales that we've heard from. Now, I've just recorded the Bookcast Club and they've just done an episode on this as they read it for book club, and Sarah said to me she doesn't think I'll enjoy it. There's also heavy themes of sexual assault in here, which isn't something I particularly enjoy reading about, but no, it is something that happens, so will. But if I'm already not enjoying it, do I continue with it? Who knows? So what I'm going to do, what I've decided to do, is I'm going to listen to the episode of the Bookcast Club where they discuss it, because I'm not that bothered about spoilers in books. Like, I know some people don't like spoilers in books and TV shows and things like that. Like, that isn't something that bothers me. So I'm going to listen to that episode. If at the end of it I think I'm going to carry on, then I'll carry on. If not, I'll DNF it. And it's the only book from the long list I've DNF'd so far, if that's what happens. But I will inform you of my decision on that as we go. So going to listen to that podcast in a minute. Now, we'll obviously get to a poem for every spring day a little bit later on. And then the book that I've picked up today to read is not on the Women's Prize long list. It's A Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett, which the reason it's on my TBR this month is because it won the first line battle. So I film these videos where I work my way through my bookshelves, picking out a book of each colour and reading out the first line of that book and then battling it against the next first line. And this won the video that I filmed for that in March for my April TBR. Now we're getting towards the end of April. What is it today? 21st? 21st. And last month I didn't read the book that won the reading battle, so I definitely wanted to read this. The first line that won, and it is a lovely first line. I've seen the film of this many years ago. I remember watching it at a sleepover when I was in like year 5, I think. So how old's that? 9? I was 9. So I've seen the film, but I can't really remember much about it. But the first line really did capture me. Once on a dark winter's day, when the yellow fog hung so thick and heavy in the streets of London that the lamps were lighted and the shop windows blazed with gas as they do at night, an odd-looking little girl sat in a cab with her father and was driven rather slowly through the big thoroughfares. I mean, that's amazing, isn't it? So yeah, so I'm going to start that today. And then we will move straight on to the Ultimate Reading Challenge, because we're getting to the point now where I have to look at this beforehand and pick a challenge that we're going to do, because early doors, when there was more than half, although I think there's still more than half left, it was easy to sort of find one of these challenges that matched my reading, but now I'm having to find books to match the challenge. So the challenge I'm going for is Where is it? Read a book that's been sitting on your shelf unread for more than a year. So this has been sitting on my shelf unread for more than a year. It's not the longest book I've ever had on my shelf, but it's definitely been on my shelf for more than a year. I actually bought this copy this is the Sisterhood collection of these books from Penguin. They're beautiful. And I've also got the Anne of Green Gables one. The illustrator is... where is she? She's amazing. Hülya Özdemir. She's from Turkey and she does these amazing illustrations. So yeah, I've had this on my shelf for well over a year. So that is the reading challenge I will be taking part in today. So, and then the lit chat question. Let's go for the lit chat question. Get that blanket back on your shoulder, Laura, and you'll be freezing. We're not halfway through these yet. I wonder when we'll be halfway through. Mix those up a bit. Okay, we'll go for The Giver. Do you gift books to people? What's your favourite book to share with others? That's a lovely question. Do you gift books to people? What's your favourite book to share with others? So we will answer this question at the end of the vlog, but let me know down below in the comments your answer too. Do you gift books to people? What is your favourite book to share with others? I think that's a great question. Right, okay, so as I said, there's plans for the day. She's got to, oh, one other thing I've got to do, book related, is my friend Emma's coming around for dinner tonight. David and Emma's boyfriend are, as in David, my husband, Emma's boyfriend, not David and Emma don't share Joe as a boyfriend. They are going to our friend Bod's house to watch films and play games and be really cute together. So Emma's coming here and we're going to finish my Shakespeare puzzle, which I'm very excited about doing, and then potentially start another puzzle. And then maybe watch something, I don't really know what, but maybe, and we're gonna have some dinner, and I want to pick something from the Green Roasting Tin. When I was just doing the podcast recording, we were talking about cookbooks, and I forgot how much I love this cookbook. So I'm gonna have a little look through here and find something. This cookbook is great for if you've got people coming around, because you can chop, 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 get everything chopped and ready, and then shove it in the oven when they arrive, and then you can just be with your guests the whole time. So I think I'm going to listen to the podcast, pick what I want out of here, write down what I need. Then I need to, outside of the house today, I need to pick up a prescription, go to the shop, post the Doc Martens that I sold last week, and drop off some books and pick up some books from the library. Now the library is closed between 1 and 2. It's now 11. How do I want to do this? Do I want to do this before? Oh, well, I can't yet because David's gone out to get a tyre replaced on the car. So this is dependent on when David's back. So it might be that I do all of my outside of the house chores this afternoon when the library opens at 2. I suppose I could do the library on the way back. Logistics. But yeah, so those are the outside of the house jobs I've got to do. But first of all, let's start by picking something from here, playing the pod version, the pod episode of the Bookcast Club, the pod episode of the pod, and let's go.
And today, me and Sarah are going to be talking to you about the novel Pod by Laineen Hall, which was recently longlisted for this year's Women's Prize to the UK. And it follows 3 siblings who were sent ahead of the rest of their family on a boat to Hong Kong. And the rest of their family were supposed to arrive at the refugee camp in Hong Kong with them, and then they were supposed to go on to the United States where they were...
The lighting in this hallway is always very... Party. I'm talking to the camera, David. Sorry. I was just saying the lighting in this hallway when you're filming is always a bit club vibes, isn't it?
Is it? Oh, today.
It's a bit flickery.
I wonder if it's because they're not on full power.
I think they're on full power. Right, so anyway, I'm wrapped.
That better for you, Bryn?
This coat stinks of fire because it's been at my mum and dad's house and they've got a fire. I am now leaving. You. I'm not leaving you. I'd never leave you. I even feel bad joking about it. Come here. Come here. Oh, I should have got my... I'd never leave you. I'd never leave you. Would you get my car keys out of the thing? So.
Hey, look where you've left me.
Yeah, no, I put her there myself. I put her on the blanket. It's very cold in this house today. Right, I'm going to the post office, the library, the pharmacy, The shop.
You're doing what I do.
I'm doing
Errands.
Errands. David loves an errand.
I do love an errand.
The shop.
Blimey.
And that's it.
What are you having for dinner tonight?
We're going to have sweet potato. Actually, I don't know if Emma's ever even messaged me back about that. But I think she likes it anyway. The sweet potato curry.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah, it is nice.
And you're going to get some...
I'm going to get David some chicken to go in a sandwich.
Yeah, and some nice bread?
I was just going to get bread.
Nice bread.
A loaf.
Yeah, or baguette.
No, not a baguette.
Alright.
A loaf.
Alright. Nice.
I'm going now with my new bag that David's sister got me for Easter. It says book club and it's got books on it. Isn't it lovely? Do you want to come? I mean, do you want to come? I always feel bad that you're always just in this house all the time. Go on, come. I'll see how much I remember to film, but come. I actually can't believe how cold it is. It's so cold. Right. Job number 1, post office. Let's go. Boots posted. Just really slumped down. I know what David says about like getting errands done. It is errandy, isn't it? You do feel a sense of achievement. Anyway, library now. Oh, sad. Funeral going by. So I will wait here for a bit. Library chore done. So I returned 3 books and picked up 2. And I've also just finished listening to the episode of the podcast where they're talking about pod, and I think I've decided to abandon it, which probably would have been helpful if I'd have actually bought that book with me because it's due back on the 3rd of May, but I can bring it back another time. So I think that has been decided. The 2 books I've just picked up from the library though are Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver, which I put a reservation on this, and I also put a reservation on the audiobook on my Libby app, and the Libby app one come in before, but I've got 12 hours left on that, and it's due back in 10 days, so there is every chance that I'm going to need to read it at the end. And sometimes I quite enjoy doing that. Like, I also enjoy it because it's got a ribbon bookmark. Sometimes I quite enjoy like reading a bit, listening to a bit, particularly now I've been listening to the audiobook, so I've got an idea of his voice. But I'm finding this okay. She normally holds them here, but I'm finding this okay. I'm not loving it, but the audio is very good. There's parts of it where I get really immersed in it and I think, oh yeah, this is like a bit like the Goldfinch, you know, like when you follow someone's life for a really long time. But yeah, we'll see. I think this will be on the short list, I think. And then I've also picked up Children of Paradise by Camilla Grajova, which is also on the long list. This is a bit of a shorter one actually, less than 200 pages, 196 pages. So I'm looking forward to reading that. Now the shortlist comes out on Wednesday, so I need to have this sorted, really. But anyway, off to the pharmacy now. Bye. I've come home and someone's taken over my spot, but she does look very cute with it, so I suppose we'll let her off. My camera died while I was out, so I didn't get to show you all my chores, but me errands have been done. I realised last night I pledged to do 10,000 steps today. So far, I've done 3,761.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. And when Emma gets here, we are going to go for a walk.
Yeah,
hopefully, if the weather stays all right.
So you'll be all right. Look.
Yeah. I actually pledged to do 10,000 steps a day for today, tomorrow and Sunday. So I think we can do it. I mean, we were doing lots and lots of like chores and clearing out last week, and I did 10,000 easy both days. But I might do one of those steps videos on Saturday or Sunday, maybe Sunday. To get the steps. I need to keep kicking in. I don't know if you know, but I'm doing a 1 million steps in 100 days challenge I set myself. If you go onto my Instagram, you can see the paperwork on there for it. I mean, if you've got a Fitbit or something, you could potentially go back and track how many steps you've done and do that. But yeah, we're just over a quarter of a way through and I'm 65,000 steps behind. So I need to really do something about that. But anyway, I'm back. I've got all my bits. Errands. It is nice to do errands, isn't it, David? Oh, David might be back on a call already, but yeah. Anyway, I'm back and I needed to, David was on a call and I needed to change my battery because my battery died while I was out. So I've just got back and I'm going to make lunch. I'm going to read a little bit more of A Little Princess. As I said, I am going to DNF pod. I've decided. The other 2 jobs I've got left to do on my on my list are pay the council tax. I'll do that later on when I'm putting stuff on the computer. And make mine and Emma's dinner, which I can do later on, and then we can go for a walk. Hopefully we can go for a walk. I really do hope we can. But yeah, I'm going to DNF this. I didn't get on with it, but I'm all for DNFing books you're not getting on with. And this might seem early, 28 pages, but I don't like the writing style. And I think the stuff that's going to unfold in the book I'm not going to enjoy either. So, sorry. Let's go and make myself something for lunch and then read a little bit more of A Little Princess, because I've read the first chapter. Her dad's dropped her off in Miss Minchin's home. It looks, if I remember rightly, things don't go very well from then on. But yeah, Captain Crewe has left her there. These front covers of these Sisterhood ones, they're so beautiful. Like I said, I've got the Anne of Green Gables one. The thing is that I've got the Anne of Green Gables one, I've got the Little Princess, I already own a copy of Pride and Prejudice, and I own a copy of The Little Women. The Railway Children and Heidi, I could get those two and read them. I've never, maybe I read The Railway Children when I was younger. I've never read Heidi. I don't even know the story of Heidi. So maybe I'll get The Railway Children and Heidi, but do I need to get, I mean, they're so beautiful though, and they're lovely. Like, if you look at, this is a sort of normal size of a paperback, look, they're just like little cute things with beautiful French flaps. I love this one in particular, is just gorgeous, but beautiful. I'm covered in Minnie's hair. So let's go and make myself a toasted sandwich and then we'll come back. It doesn't look as though Minnie's got any plans to move today, so she'll just be staying there. I will say, oh God, I can't put that there because the cat's there. I don't think I'm the best toasted sandwich maker to grace the earth, but this one is terrible. Look how much it's all leaking out. So, reading and toasted sandwich making. Eating. Let's go. A French lesson. When Sarah entered the schoolroom the next morning, everybody looked at her with wide, interested eyes. I'm enjoying this very much, it's very cute. Sarah herself really reminds me of Anne from Anne of Green Gables. Sort of quite precocious, knows herself, and wonderful imagination. It's just lovely to read about it. But the scene that's just happened is a scene that, as I said, I don't really remember much about the film when I saw it. But the thing that's just happened is very vivid to me. So her teacher, Miss Minchin, who's taken a grudge against her, says she's very spoilt and everything, says that she should learn French. And that's what her father did when he hired her a French maid. That's what he meant. And Sarah tries to explain to her that she doesn't want to learn French and she doesn't think she needs to learn French. And they get a French teacher in and he starts speaking, and she tries to explain to Miss Minchin a couple of times that she doesn't think she needs to learn French and she's not having anything, and she's saying you've been very spoiled and you need to learn. Don't say but, you should just sit there and read and wait for Monsieur to arrive. And when Monsieur arrives, she just launches in French about how she's always, although she's never learnt French, she's always spoken French. Her mother was French. And I remember that scene very vividly from the film. But I wouldn't have known that. I just knew that that was in there. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's very, very cute. Very cute. We're on to chapter 3 now. Ermengarde. On that first morning, when Sarah sat at Miss Minchin's side, aware that the whole schoolroom was devoting itself to observing her, she had noticed very soon one little girl about her own age, who looked at her very hard with a pair of light, rather dull blue eyes. So much focus on the colour of people's eyes in this book. I thought for a moment then Minnie was maybe going to move. Oh, that's a bit wonky, isn't it? But no, that is so wonky. There we go. But no, look, she's still there, ready to go. Right, so I've read a little bit more of The Little Princess. In fact, I've read 50 pages of The Little Princess. It's lovely. And I've been listening to much more of Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. Like I said, enjoying this. What I will say is that it's based, I don't know how much because I've never read it. It's based or inspired by David Copperfield, not Demon Copperhead. So I don't know if you were familiar with David Copperfield, how much of this you'd be finding familiar with you. But I have not read it, so there we go. Right, so the two things I'm doing next, while still listening to a bit more Demon Copperhead, because I really would like to get it done before it's due back. I'm down to 10 hours 47, so I'm 49% of the way through. So it's a long old thing. Got to pay my council tax, and I've also got to order some skincare stuff because all of my skincare I'm out of. And I'm having to use a moisturiser, which I think has given me this beautiful big spot. Step check! 4,671, which I think is already more than I did yesterday, so that's good. So, pay the council tax, order some skincare, another little read, and then I think I might chop and get everything ready for dinner tonight so that when Emma gets here, I think Emma's getting here about 6, we can go for the walk straight away, because it's just gone 4. And then when we get back, we can put the dinner in whilst we crack on with the old puzzle. David?
Yeah?
Before you go to Bod's, would you mind relocating the Era to that small bedroom?
Oh, I think I can manage that.
He can manage it. Right, let's get on with chores. Not chores, errands. Is this what, or just bits to do? That wasn't my password. I don't even know what that was I was typing in. I honestly cannot get enough of the Daisy Jones and the Six album. I haven't stopped listening to it all month. I've really been enjoying it. So anyway, it's almost 5:30. I think Emma's getting here at just gone 6. So I thought if I've got all the dinner ready and raring, we can go for our walk. Because I am going for a walk. And then come back, pop it on, bit of puzzle action, ready to go. I'm quite looking forward to this. I've got the smallest little chopping board you've ever seen, because the other one's in the dishwasher. But yeah, I'm going to get down to some more. Won't you let me down, let me down, let me down easy if you're gonna let me down. Just before Emma got here, I wanted to show you how I'm getting on with the old puzzle. So this is what it should eventually look like. But this is what it... Oh, Emma's here now! I'm just showing the puzzle! Completed! I'm so pleased with myself. I brought over my reading lamp and this lamp because we needed 2 lamps to do it. And David's home, but yeah. I'm going to bed. I did my steps for the day. I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to wrap everything up tomorrow. So, answer the question, get my little treat, read a poem, and I'll do that tomorrow morning. So I'll see you then. I'm going to go to bed. Night night. Happy Saturday, and it has been a happy Saturday. We woke up with plans to get down to our storage unit to sort things out there. But David's sister messaged and said, I'm just tucking my shirt into my trousers. David's sister messaged and said, did we want to go for a walk down the beach with her and David's mum and dad and the dog? We met my sister and my niece down there as well, and that was lovely. So, and we've just had scrambled egg on toast for brunch, and now we're going to the storage unit. So we've said 3 hours down there. Then we've got to come home and do some chores. So, God, she really can't get this top tucked in. So I will wrap everything up, but when I'm back and the day's done. See you later. What a day. We've been non-stop. And I've just run out of steam, guys. We had a lovely walk this morning. Down to the storage. Really good sort out in the storage. Dropped some stuff off for charity. Took some stuff to the tip. Back home. Cleaned my skirting boards and my front door. Imagine. David's just finishing up in the kitchen. And I'm just all out of puff. So, I'm going to finish off tomorrow. Come and show everyone. One of David's, was it an Easter present?
Yeah,
or
from his sister.
was it from Toy Story?
Yeah.
Oh, it's China.
It's for my pizzas.
For his pizza. So yeah. So I'm here to wrap everything up. With a poem, with the answer to the question, with my treat. Then I've got to edit this and get it ready for you tomorrow. So, the question was, do you gift books to people? What's your favourite book to share with others? So, the answer is yes, I do gift books to people. We were talking a lot about cookbooks yesterday because I recorded the episode of the Bookcast Club podcast where I was talking about cookbooks. But I love to gift a cookbook. I also love to gift sort of like a book that I very much enjoyed to lots of people. So most recently it's probably been The Appeal by Janice Hallett. That's been going to everybody, and Lessons in Chemistry. I bought that for David's mum and my mum for Christmas. But yeah, I guess I've bought a lot of copies of Rebecca over the years because that's one of my favourite books. But I think it's lovely to give and gift books. And something I love doing in cookbooks when I gift cookbooks is gifting them and putting a little cheeky note in saying, oh, by the way, I really liked the recipe on page 67 if you'd like to make that next time I come around for dinner. But yeah, I think books are great gifts. And tell me what books you've been gifting people, because I'd love to hear it. So the little prize I got myself today was read a book that's been sitting on your shelf unread for more than a year. Oh, just dropped my phone. So the book that's been sitting on my shelf unread for more than a year is A Little Princess. I'm now on page 68 of this, really enjoying it. I'm getting really big sort of Anne of Green Gables vibes, and loving it. My hands are so dry from where I've been siffing the front door. So what's my little prize? My little prize. I'll be so sad when these are all over. Oh, I mean, anything miniature I'm here for. Is a little tiny exercise book that says reading notes, and it looks like a little exercise. Isn't that cute? I mean, I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I'll tell you what I could use it for. I don't know. It's very cute. We'll find a use for that. And then the last thing is the poem. I almost said puzzle because I've just cleaned away my puzzle. It's the 22nd, so we started this on the 21st, but it's the 22nd of April. Gosh, she's going to need another one of these books before she knows it, you know. And the options are The Woodspurge by Dante, Gabriel, Rossetti, or A Dream Within a Dream by Edgar Allan Poe. Let's go for The Woodspurge, because I like to say spurge. Here we go, by Dante Gabriel Rossetti. The wind flapped loose, the wind was still, shaken out dead from tree and hill. I had walked on at the wind's will, I sat now, for the wind was still. Between my knees my forehead was, my lips drawn in, said not, alas. My hair was over in the grass, my naked ears heard the day pass. My eyes wide open had the run of some 10 weeds to fix upon. Among those few, out of the sun, the woodspurge flowered, 3 cusps in one. From perfect grief there need not be wisdom or even memory. The thing I learnt remains to me. The woodspurge has a cup of 3. Interesting. I know woodspurge. Now I've heard about that cup of 3. I know it. Right, anyway, I'm going to carry on eating my crisps. And I'll see you all again soon. Tuesday, in fact, for an update on all of my women's prize reading. I'm sort of going to collate it in one video ahead of the shortlist being announced on Wednesday. I'll see you then. Bye.